Go love your own enemies. Don't be loving mine. My enemies are the theocratic fascists. I don't love them. I want to destroy them.
You're a child made in the image of God. Oh no, you're not. You're a faggot. And you can't join your church and you can't go to heaven. This is disgraceful. It's inhuman.
So here I am a Christian. I just woke up this morning knowing that I am still a Christian, just like I was yesterday morning, and the morning before that, and the morning before that, and the morning before that. For as long as I can remember, I've been a Christian, and I'm just so happy with myself. I'm so pleased with myself that of all the religions in the world, I picked the right one and the best one, and my God is the best God of all. In fact, He's the only God, and He's real because my book is the right book of all the holy books out there. My book is the one that's inspired, and my God is the only one that actually really exists. And I'm so excited. I'm lucky because I'm one of His kids. I'm a king's kid. Yep, I'm a Christian, and I believe that Jesus really came down here and He died for my sins, and he could see the future when He was nailed there on the cross, and He could see me. He saw my face, and He died just for me, and I feel so good, and I know that the Bible is 100% true. I carry it with me everywhere I go. It's just so true, and I'm just so happy that you know that my holy book is the one that's true, unlike all those other holy books out there. They're not true at all, but my holy book is 100% true, and what isn't true is just symbolism and stuff, you know, that even the symbolism stuff is true, and I just know that of all those other gods out there, my God is the right one, and I'm gonna go to a special place when I die, and I'm just gonna keep on singing my Christian songs and not listening to anything secular, or not, you know, keeping my mind close to everything else except what I want to hear that reinforces my belief system, because my belief system is so important that I am only going to listen. I refuse to listen to anything else. It has to reinforce my belief system and make it stronger so I can be a stronger Christian. That's right. And I am so high on God right now. Oh, you know, I have to have fixes every week. Hell, what, every week, every day. I have to have some kind of reading in my oh no. Oh, there's a book over there. Somebody over there has a book that's not the Bible. It has a picture of Richard Dawkins on it. It's he's daring me to read this book. How dare him to dare me to read that book? You know, if I read that book, I'm gonna have to read things that don't agree with what I think. I'm gonna have to read things that disagree, that actually contradict what I think, and I don't know. What if I stumble? What if it makes me doubt? What if I get a bunch of questions in my head and I start doubting and I get confused, and well, I just don't think it's true. That's right. I think that Richard Dawkins, he's evil. He's evil. He's Satan. He's one of Satan's messengers. That's right. This is what Satan has just put this guy in my path with this book about evolution. That's right. Satan is at work right now trying to pull me away from the bosom of my wonderful, loving God who loves everybody so much. This is Satan at work, and I'm witnessing it right now firsthand. Satan is at work. He's put this man in my path with his horrible, evil book about evolution, Richard Dawkins. Satan himself in human form, Richard Dawkins. Almost as bad as Carl Sagan. Almost as bad as Christopher Hitchens, Richard Dawkins. How dare you come and try to shake my belief system? How dare you even imply that there could be some other answer besides my answer? Why, you mechanism of Satan, you tool of Satan. Oh, God sees you. You're going to burn forever for daring to have that opinion of the world, for daring to think that some other way could be right besides my way. Oh! Anyway, I just thought I'd come up with this interesting little way to start my video. I want to listen to this video because I saw, okay, we're going to stop talking weird now. I'm going to watch this video. It's just a clip from a video. It's called Creation Today, and it's a bunch of really smart guys who one of them read Darwin. Yeah, one of them read Darwin's book, and one of them read Richard Dawkins, I think the same guy. And so it took him to a very dark place, reading about evolution. Very dark place. Ooh, that evolution is so evil. Yeah, it actually tries to insinuate that the world happened naturally, like everything we see on the world, you know, happens naturally. It tries to insinuate that life happened naturally. And that, oh my gosh, and then you got cosmology trying to say that the universe happened naturally. Like, you know, what? You got nature and stuff that's natural happening all around you at all times. Everything has a natural explanation on this planet, right? Can you imagine the audacity of trying to think that the universe also happened naturally? or that life actually naturally came to be the way it is today, you know, through millions of years. I mean, what a silly idea! that the whole everything happens naturally stuff that we see all around us actually can be continued outward into space, and everything out there happened naturally too. What a silly idea that is! Anyway. Sorry, I'm in a really, I just really wanted to make a video. I did. I was just inside me this morning. I have to make a video! This morning! Inside me! You know what? I tried. I did. I tried. I tried to make a video, believe it or not, about serial killers. Because this video here that I'm going to play a little clip from, if evolution, he has it in capitalization, if. My printer is making weird noises. If evolution is true. It's still making weird noises. Yes. After seeing this, in the longer version anyway, I don't know if this clip is going to have it, but in the longer version, the guy says that if evolution is true, you know, people would just be running around raping, men would be running around raping women to spread their DNA everywhere, and rape would be okay. And yet, if you go and you try to find yourself an article about serial killers and religion, it's really hard to find a decent one. That's why I didn't do that video this morning, which I was planning to do. But if you do try to find information, what you will find is almost every serial killer on the planet has been religious. Yeah. Yeah, and most of them Christian. Yeah, what do you know? Christianity. But these guys are saying when you look into the religion, evolution is a religion. Did you know evolution is a religion? Yeah. I'm going to go to service later and worship, oh, I don't even know. What would you worship if you're worshiping evolution? I had to think about that. Anyway, so this is the point of my video. Okay, yeah, okay, I had some coffee this morning. I know, it's a little out of control, but sometimes it happens. Especially when I've been dying to make a video all morning and I have failed repeatedly to do one because I cannot find a decent fucking article. The article I did find, I thought I was reading this thing into the camera. And I got halfway through this really long article, and I was doing a stupendously wonderful job of reading this stupid thing. And then I get, you know what? This guy isn't quoting any of his sources. He's just throwing shit out there. He's doing exactly what I criticize Christians of doing. And I'm reading this, and I'm going to put this up on YouTube? I don't think so. Sorry, if you're going to make sweeping generalizations, you need to quote your sources. Thank you very much. So anyway, that whole video did not happen. The video that never was. Okay, so this is by Creation Today. People who actually believe that a magical man waved his magic wand and created everything from absolutely nothing. Oh, you actually, say this to scientists, you actually believe that everything came from nothing? And what does your religion teach? That everything comes from nothing. Oh, God did it. It's not coming from nothing. God made it all. Okay? And where did God get the raw materials to make all that shit? Where did God come from? Who made God? Everything has to have a creator if it's complex. Everything. Complexity requires a creator. Intelligence requires something of greater intelligence to make it, right? Ooh, except for God. God just always been there, floating around into nothingness, waiting to wave his little magic wand, and poof, everything happens, everything appears from absolutely nothing. No raw materials, just out of thin air. But we're going to criticize science. Yes, we are. We're going to criticize the idea of cosmology. We're going to criticize this crazy idea that naturally the universe came to exist, just like naturally everything on the planet happens that we see all around us all the time. Okay, so the clip I'm going to play is 1 minute 53 seconds long. It's going to feature 3 creationists patting themselves on the back about how they think they're so right because they have a book that says this is the way it is, based on 0 evidence whatsoever, and they don't bother to present any evidence. But they are going to criticize evolution, and they're going to criticize everybody who believes in this well-respected, well-supported science, well-observed, well-tested in the lab science. They're going to pick on it and criticize it, and yet have they even one time ever bothered to put on the table some form of evidence to show that creation is true? Have they ever? Huh? Okay, we're gonna even go closer. Have they ever? Okay, we're gonna turn it down. Maybe we need some psychological drugs. Except I don't take those anymore. Stop doing that. I'm just in a weird mood. But really, seriously, they criticize science. They sit around their table. I read this book and it took me to a really dark place. Evolution teaches that men are just running around raping women and throwing their DNA out. Oh, but we don't want those gay people to not be able to produce babies because it's all about making babies. Sex should only be for making babies. Homosexuality is bad because it doesn't produce babies. Abortion is bad because we want all the babies we could possibly get. Oh, but evolution is bad because it promotes men are just supposed to run around producing babies. Really? You're criticizing evolution for exactly what you fucking promote and push on other people? Really? Okay, so here's the clip. I know I've introduced this clip 4, 5, possibly 6 times, but this is what happens after 2 hours of trying to put together a video and having jack shit come of it. I mean, I had like 3 clips about this stupid serial killer, they're all Christians subject, and nothing came of it. And I'm like, ah! So here, I'm making a video about this. Okay, so here, let's play the clip. And I'm going to try really hard to not interject so you can hear the purity of this intelligent argument against evolution. The thing that they say is it's a religion. I'm sorry, believing in science does not make one religious. So, I'm going to play it now. I know you guys think I'm never going to play this clip. You're thinking I'm just going to procrastinate until the end of the time. I'll be 99 years old and I'll still be talking about playing this clip. Okay, here it is. I'm really, seriously, I'm gonna press play and I'm gonna shut up now.
Well, the reason I read that book is there was one thought I could not get out of my head, and that was, if evolution were true, then how now shall we live? Meaning, if we were a product of evolution, a product of survival of the fittest, if there is no God, and we're just here by random chaotic force, and we're just molecules in motion, if you will, how would that impact our life? And I found out that once I studied it, and I studied Darwin, I studied Dawkins, Hitchens, E.O. Wilson, some of the purveyors of evolutionary thought, and they led me to a very, very dark place, because you have to start asking questions. Well, if evolution is true and it's just all about the male propagating their DNA, well, what in the world is? We had to ask hard questions like, well, is rape wrong? Oh my. And all of a sudden that becomes like, wait a minute, but if evolution is about the man propagating their DNA and applying evolutionary thought to humanity, then it's basically the strongest male takes whoever he can to propagate the DNA. And it's a scary outcome. And what I found after I wrote this book, and I go into that, and you ask yourself all of these things, how do we redefine marriage? Well, marriage would be, in an evolutionary worldview, marriage would be the anathema, because it's one man married to one woman for life, and that is the offspring. But according to evolutionary worldview, if that male is strong enough and he has wonderful genes, he should propagate his DNA as much as possible so that the species can progress. And so it redefines everything about our society, and it takes you to a very, very dark place.
Oh, dark place. Man should have sex as much as possible and create as many babies as possible. Wait a minute, that's what we say. When we criticize gays, that's what we say. When we tell women they shouldn't have any rights over their own body, that's what we say. But we're gonna accuse evolution of this. Actually, evolution is not survival of the strongest. Evolution is survival of the fittest. I don't know how many times this has to be said, but you know what? It's pointless to say it because Christians are like this. Da 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 da. I know I'm right. I don't really care what these people say. That's it. That's what they... That's it. Why do we bother making video after video? Then you get people coming to your video and they say the same crap over and over. Evolution isn't true. Evolution isn't real science. Evolution is a religion. You're just trying to. You don't want to believe in God. You hate God. It's like I feel like a fucking broken record. Evolution is survival of the fittest. Certain traits that allow species to endure climate change, environmental change, earthquakes, huge tectonic plate shifts, meteors hitting the planet and causing winter for a whole year. I mean, species that have the traits to survive despite the odds, the adversity, the obstacles that come in their path. It's not necessarily about strength. Human beings have the thing going for them. It's called intelligence. If humans were not intelligent, we would have died off so long ago. We would not have invented fire. We would not have learned to wear clothing to keep ourselves warm. We would not have learned to huddle together in the night and create tools and weapons to defend ourselves. We would just simply have died a long time ago. If not for our intelligence. Is intelligence brute strength? No. It's a trait. It is what gives humans an advantage. Anyway, some creatures don't have the right traits and they die. When catastrophic events happen, they just die because they weren't fit for the change that was thrown at them, and they died. The ones that survived go on to reproduce and continue the species, and the traits that allow them to continue their species, that's what makes them the fittest for the fact that they were able to survive. And I'm not even a scientist, So what? I'm going to say some things that I think, this is what I think evolution is. It makes sense to me, so I believe it. It's not a religion. I think it makes sense to me, so I believe it. And I'm going to have creationists, and they're going to ask me scientific questions because they think that, if I can't answer them, it proves that Christianity is true and creationism is true. Let's ask atheists about science. Read a book. Anyway, I've been weird long enough. I've proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that I'm a complete lunatic. But that's okay, because, you know, I think in this one life that we have, that we should live true to ourselves, be true to ourselves. And I really have had a very frustrating morning. Actually, I've had a very frustrating couple of days, so it's just kind of coming out in the video, right before everybody's eyes. The true crazy nature is appearing before you all. That's okay. I don't care what you think. That's just fine. You know? So that's all. I just want to make a video. Finally managed to. Hope it made some sense. If you've been watching, thank you. Bye.